мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
Apocalyptic scenes on the outskirts of the capital city.
A non-stop onslaught over the last 24 hours with mass casualties.
Tens of thousands of civilians trapped in cities under near constant Russian shell fire.
Ukraine is calling this a full-scale invasion.
Biggest war in Europe since World War II.
The world is waiting to see just how far Putin's 100...
Here we go, the just terrible senselessness of it all, a children's library, and you wonder why. What strategic value did it have to Russian forces other than to cleanse the city, the country of education and books and literature? It's one of the saddest things I've seen in a long, long time. So I think of all the things I've seen so far, and this is not only here in Ukraine, but a long time. It's just, you know, this house right behind me must have had a lot of children in it. Just looking at the number of broken up teddy bears and children's toys and stuff. Look behind me is pretty much as far as the eye can see is the devastation. We're in Chernihiv, right on the border of the north eastern town in Ukraine. And right behind me is the probably 250 pound bomb that caused a lot of this. But it's a cross between a hurricane, I was telling one of my journalist friends here, and a fire, but it's what really strikes you is just the senselessness of it all. No military value whatsoever. This is just, there are no words. I think from the Russian side, Soledar has much more informational or propaganda value than actual strategic value. After humiliating losses on the battlefield, including losing Kherson, they need some type of win, no matter how small, to be able to feed to their Russian public, and especially to those war hawks, to those Russian bloggers who are giving actually the Kremlin a tough time. Now, the Ukrainian side, it should be said that they don't look at this war as a human meat grinder like the Russians do. When there are threats to their men and women, they do pull back a bit, and they've made that clear because human life, unlike on the Russian side, they say is to be valued.
Складай What is the situation there in Odessa, one of the cities that was bombarded by Monday's attack by the Russians? These are defiant people. This is a city that Putin desperately wants to gain back and gain hold of. You filmed this wedding that took place just hours after this barrage of missiles struck the country. Talk about that and what the people there and the residents, how are they feeling in light of everything?
Sure, yeah. I was just outside my window here, and it was so heartening to see this ray of light in the darkness. But let there be no mistake. I mean, as much as the Ukrainians are concerned about what's happening, a lot of them are telling me that, we're not as anxious or scared as at the beginning of the war, that we will go on with our lives, as that wedding video shows. And, I've met restaurant owners here, business owners here who are saying we're going to go ahead with renovation plans, reopening plans, because there's no other choice for us. And I think it's this irrepressible resistance that is going to be another weapon thrown the Russians' way. And Bianna, just quickly, there's even talk here in Odessa between now and the end of the year of having a fashion/symphony orchestra show, not only to promote brand Ukraine, but also to show that defiance that life goes on. And the message there for those types of events will also be the West has to support Ukraine in many different ways, but also buying Ukrainian products, for instance, because a lot of their export markets are now closed off.
Those residents are leading by example. The Opera House continues to showcase performances as well. Life goes on, even weddings that you captured.